You must be aware of what is positivity and what is negativity. Now, what is so special that I'm going to talk about? A lot of speakers have already spoken about the positive attitude, the positive, what is positive and what is negative. And why am I so curious to talk about this topic? And what is the curious story of positivity in life? And we will definitely, question a lot of things. We'll see what is something that we have to challenge today, something that we have to check out. What is that we are doing in our lives, and we'll see what emerges today, what opens up today, what is that we can learn today is something that we're going to talk about. Okay, so now we all know the positive side of life. I don't have to tell you, you being a speaker yourself, and you are attending this session of Consciously Positive, whether you're attending it live or on YouTube or on the Facebook or wherever. So you are aware of the fact that there is a positive side of life. And we all know what exactly is all about positivity, and what positivity will bring us to a state where we are in the state of improved physical health, we are improved mental well-being, and there is a resilience in life. Whatever happens to our lives, there is a resilience. There are reduced stress levels, and there is a stronger immune system, we all know. And I'm just running through the slide because you all know that, right? You all who were attending our online or live, you're aware of that. Your self-confidence at a greater level, your improved relationships, your increased productivity, higher levels of happiness. Overall, there is a greater level of satisfaction. Now that you know that this is the positive side of life, you have been practicing it so long. I mean, you are the Consciously Positive platform as well. Now, what else that we have to know? If we know that positivity will bring so much of things, if we know the positive will bring so much of benefits which is written here, then why are we to learn the next level things? Why we have to learn it? If the positivity will bring so much of things, health, well-being, financial well-being, reduced stress levels, stronger immune system, greater self-confidence, improved relationship, then why are you here? Why are you learning and Consciously Positive? And what is the purpose of you learning and coming to the Consciously Positive sessions again and again? What is the purpose? If this is the positive side of life that we all know, Rajwin, then why are we longing? Why these last 3 years of Consciously Positive sessions are happening? Why so many sessions, so many self-development sessions? If positivity brings you this, then why we have to learn? Why we have to learn? Any ideas? That's when, if positivity will bring you so much, Shivana, if positivity will bring you so much, look, that 11 benefits, then why we have to go? Why we have to learn?
Because learning is a lifelong process.
Learning is long, but this is going to bring, you already know, Rajwin, positivity is good for me. You already know it, na? So why we have to learn? When positivity itself is going to bring all these kind of things, why we have to learn? Jay, today's session is Curious Case of Positivity. So my question to you is, these are the benefits of positive side of life. Then we have all the benefits here, and we know by being positive we'll get all these kind of things. And why we have to grow and learn and come to the positive attitude sessions, or come to the Consciously Positive soul programs, and so many of spiritual programs, so many self-development programs. Why we have to go?
Very good morning.
Very good morning, Jay.
Everyone. So what I like, my point of view in this is to learn is to go to the next level. When we stop learning, then we are entertaining our ego more and more. That's
Yeah.
what I personally feel.
Yes, that's exactly.
So yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I.
Yes. So Rajvan also said the same thing, that there is a strive for learning. There's strive to go to the next level. There is a craving for us to somehow feel satisfied and fulfilled in life. We want to grow, we want to develop ourselves, and it is definitely not about positivity. It is definitely not at all about positivity. So my question to you again, and probably I want to challenge today, I want to challenge all these people who are learning here on the Facebook and everywhere. Is this all about positivity? You know, one of the speakers came a few days back and he was listing down all those benefits written on the internet and checking and talking about it and saying, look, this is how you develop the positive attitude. This is how you can practice daily to develop positive attitude. And we know it. We know it for long that half glass empty, half glass full. We don't have to be told, you know, we already know it for long. So my question to you today is it all about positivity? It will be a great day. I'm well rested. I will smile at work and nothing will prevent me from implementing this plan. And you think to yourself, very encouraging. You know, you got up in the morning and you just come up with that belief that, okay, this day is going to be wonderful. And suddenly you just go out in the street and something happens. Oh, I want to be positive. I promised myself. I vowed to myself that I would be positive in life. But the problem is what happens when you go out, when you are in the positive state of mind, you make yourself believe that people who all are struggling outside are negative. You know why they are struggling? Because they are very negative. They're not thinking positive at all. You know, they have a very different view of life. They have a negative view of life. Oh, they are negative. You know, I was listening to one of the speakers from a political party, and I don't know how many of you can relate to that. I don't want to name that person. He once said, you know, poverty is a state of mind. And that's what really, you know, bemused me and everyone. If poverty is a state of mind, then what is the reality there? So what is the reality? I mean, not, you know, why are we here and discussing about this? Because a lot of people will say, oh, positive attitude is great in life, which is okay. But will optimism repair the broken coffee machine on this beautiful day? I mean, you want to drink a coffee and there's a broken coffee and you simply start talking about, okay, I am going to think positive. I'm going to be positive. Someone is going to come and repair the broken coffee machine. And not only broken coffee machine, a lot of other things. Oh, something is going to happen. Someday something will happen. But I will think positive. I will be positive at this point in time. And you're not even talking about it. There's something happening on the roads. There are potholes on the road. And you're not even complaining to the MCD and everywhere and civic authorities. And you say, okay, I will be positive. You know, everything is going to be done. And something is done. And you say, look, I said, I want to be positive. No, that's why these things happen. But somebody has done it. Somebody has taken a stand. Yes, next is action. But this is what positivity blinds us. You know, discount coupon without the money is going to give you a discount, Rajwin. If you have a discount coupon and we don't have a money, will you get discount? Oh, here is discount. No. But there's no money to buy it. You know, my wife came from America and she was getting a lot of things there, good clothes, cheaper electronic items than India. But when I asked her, why don't you go and get it? Oh, we have already spent a lot of money. I don't have got much dollars to spend now. Okay, you're getting a discount? No, this is an offer. iPhone 15 for free. iPhone 15 for 50% discount. Oh, I don't have 55,000 rupees in my pocket. Okay, the problem is a problem. no matter how small. My recommendation and my question and invitation to everyone here is, don't you think a problem is a problem? And sadness is inevitable and it's not wise to avoid it all. And we tend to avoid sadness. We want to get away from sadness. You don't want to experience sadness. And so-called positive thinkers, I don't have any, I respect every positive thinker, whosoever they are. But I always believe that, they tend to unconsciously negative to others. Yesterday I was attending a play at near Gold Market. It was in Delhi. There was a place I attended a play, and they were showing. It was a satirical play, and everybody acted very well. One of my very good friend also participated in that play, and everybody acted very well. But the whole play was talking of a different side of India, which was 12 years ago. All those, corruptions and so on and so forth, still there. I'm not saying it's not there, but it was showing a very different picture of India. And I just questioned the speaker and the writer there, where everybody was appreciating the writer and everybody was gung-ho about them. Okay, there was full of celebrations after that play and everybody was congratulating each other. I congratulated the person for their acting, and then straight away said to that person and writer, what is the source of this and what is the message that you want to take out? He said, this is the society. Manika, what is the data point? Where have you got this message from society? I mean, I don't want to discuss the details, but I just started questioning. And the response was so surprising. Okay, we will talk about it later. This is not the right space and platform to talk about. I understand, but when can we talk? And there was no answer. Can you provide me some links, some source so that I can go and search it for what you said? No answer, no answer. And the person was so negative about my questioning. Why am I questioning her in her life that I was being negative? But I was not being negative. I was being realistic. But the person made herself believe that the person around me is negative because the person is questioning my work and nobody else is questioning and everybody was just clapping. And that's the reality, when someone comes to you and when you reach out to someone and the moment you encounter people and challenge people's beliefs, they think, especially for those people who think that everything is hunky-dory and rosy, they think that, oh, this person is so negative. and that's what I say. If that person who would check out the momentary sadness, this person is challenging my play and the challenging where the play has come, there could be some momentary sadness and there could be momentary unpleasantness at that point in time, this minute point in time. And that would have allowed her to spread her wings. That would have allowed everyone to spread our wings. When that sadness comes, instead of putting it in the carpet and just moving on and on and on, you cannot evolve. It is like a piece of shit and you are covering it with a lot of icing and there's a lot of creamy layers and so on and so forth. And those people who know there's a shit down there, will that person going to eat that cake? Rajmi, if there's a piece of shit lying there and there's so much of creamy layers over and above and nobody else knows and you know, and somebody asks you to eat that cake, would you going to eat it? It's so beautiful.
No.
You're going to eat it.
No.
Why? Because you know it. But they are so positive. Oh, Ma, this person. Husband is so negative. It's so good. There's so good things in life. There's so good cake lying there, and you're not eating it. So, is it all about positivity? My question, challenge to people here: is it all about positivity? Don't you think it's normal to be upset by the loud grinder or the lack of milk in the fridge? I mean, this is just an analogy. So much of things happening around. Don't you think that it's okay to be upset? It's okay to remain upset. Why we are not encouraging people to argue? Why? What's wrong with us? What has gone wrong with us? Why we cannot face the challenge? Why we are not able to, get into the argument? Why argument is so bad? In India, argument is bad. I mean, but in a lot of other countries, people argue because it opens up the mind. And here I've seen a lot of people, they will say, okay, I don't want to argue on that. It is bad to argue. Why? Let's go to the logical argument. No, what is the problem? What is the problem? Because those people who think that I'm positive, they will say argument is being negative, but argument is just an argument. Rest is your interpretation about the argument is negative or positive, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it all about positivity? I'm very curious today. I'm very, very curious to go through and share this session with you. It's not about only me delivering it. I'm just sharing from my own experience. Is it all about positivity? I mean, on the Facebook, on the social channel, people who talk about those great things in life, are they really happy? What is making them show the different face of who they are? I'm so surprised because the whole mindset in the society is you got to be positive, and they are not able to accept the negative side of life as well. And that's what people get into depression. That's why people are not cured. That's why people are not being listened. I've joined an organization which is called Ear to Hear. And what we do in that organization, we just listen to the person's negativity, because in the society, people are not listening to the negativity at all. Why? Why can't we listen to the negativity? Why we just avoid or discount the person who's negative? Why? Don't you think that is also an experience that person is getting? So question is it all about negativity? The answer is, it is a cognitive distortion when we say that we got to think magical. In the garb of thinking magical, it is a cognitive distortion. I've said, I've lived into my life, and not many times I question a lot of beliefs about people. I challenge the status quo in my organizations, also in my work culture and my work and my family also. And people it's so discomfort. Okay, don't think about that negative. Don't think about negative. No. But that is a reality, People think a quick fix can instantly solve the problems. People think that, we got to modify our thinking so that as per our wants. The problem is, Jai Kumarji, the problem is it induces a lot of shame. And when you say that, you are negative, when you are talking about being negative, we are unable to.
I think Vinay has dropped out, so he must be joining. So if anyone would like to share what you are getting, starting from Rajvin, maybe you can share.
As I mentioned on Friday, being curiously positive in all situations is very, very important, as it reduces stress. And for me this session is useful because as a laughter yoga practitioner, occasionally we are all human beings, And like what Vinay mentioned, that we are bound to have negativity sometimes, and that's okay to be upset. So, but generally, positivity is the key because it improves our immune system and makes us more joyful. And to me, laughter is, you can't beat any. Laughter is laughter yoga is a good tool um, when this happens. So yes, so that's my sharing. Thank
There was
you.
a network issue. Sorry, guys. But what's opening up for you guys? I mean, whosoever has joined now or probably earlier, before I go to the next pointer, what do you think? What's opening up for you? I mean, is it all about positivity? Don't you think it's a cognitive distortion? What do you believe? Please challenge me right now. Please and make me say, and please say that when you're wrong, being positive is good. Just challenge me right now. Go ahead. Who's going to share? I will share the screen, but before I go ahead, please go. Yeah, Shabana, yes.
So
Sorry, yes, Rajwin, yes, please go ahead.
I just mentioned to Shabana, just asked me what input did you get from Vinay? So I'm going to repeat again. So it's okay to be it's okay it's okay to be negative sometimes, but being positive is being 10% of the time being negative is good because
Yep.
it motivates us to be a better person.
Yep. Yeah. But the moment you speak out in front of so many people, being negative is good. Come on, what are you talking, Rajwin? This is why you attend those constructive positive sessions every day. And you're saying being negative is good. Come on, what are you talking? I say being negative is okay, but remaining negative
is not okay.
Is because you are resisting negativity. If you are accepting negativity, then there is no other way to make you become positive. When you go down on the swimming pool in the pond, you got to go up. At the bottom, there is no other choice but to go up.
Yes.
Nobody has to tell you, come on, you have to go up. You have to just, when you rush to the swimming pool and, learning swimming, this is what the life coach says, he just pushes you in the swimming pool because you automatically going to swim. Yeah. By default, we are to become positive. You don't have to be told that have to become positive. This is what we have been telling. People who have written books about positive thinking, they have first experienced positivity and they've gone through that negativity. Yeah. So that's the point. So anybody else want to share? Sorry, my throat has a problem. That's why I couldn't come day before yesterday as well. So what anybody has to share? Thank you, Rajwin, for sharing and bringing it up. Yes, Umaji, Nilamji, anything anybody want to share? And this is not going to be easy for people who are here. I warn whosoever is here. I warn that I'm not going to talk about the rosy, hunky, and dory. I'm not going to talk about the good things in life. And you can hate me for that. And I'm okay to be hated. But I want you to be realistic. If coming on video is a problem for us, because somewhere deep down, we don't want to look bad. Somewhere we have thought in our mind that we have to show some different picture of ourselves. When I come on video, people will say, I'm doing work, I'm doing so on and so forth, and I'm on my bed or wherever. But it's okay. I'm not saying you come on video, but it's okay to be at the place where you are And when you say it's okay, you make people around you to believe that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be in a different situation. It's okay to be vulnerable. We all know that we are all evolving in our lives. So don't you think it's okay to be where we are? So let me just go ahead and go ahead with this current slide. So magical thinking, what we believe somewhere, which is a rosy picture in our mind. So it's somehow it filters out and dismiss the evidence that contradicts positive beliefs. Something which is happening here, when we are at the positive side, we tend to dismiss it. It's like people who don't want to go for testing their, they don't want to go out for blood testing, because when we go out for blood testing, something might come out. I don't want to go for the blood test because something might come out. But is it a wise thing to do? Oh, I'm being so positive. No, nothing's going to happen. Why are you saying so negative? Why is something is going to come? I'm perfectly fine. Come on here. What are you talking? But is it a wise thing to do? But I'm not saying that you don't know it. I mean, we all know it. But why we have to show only that positive side of life? Some people are so proud to talk about the positive side of life, There's so much of positivity, and people are led to believe that it's very wrong to feel sad. It's not okay to feel sad. And we use positive thinking as a cover to avoid addressing the underlying issues. So many people are dealing with relationships, but they're not facing each other. They're not confronting, because when they confront, something is going to come out, and they end up not talking to each other at all. And divorces happens. And even if there is no divorce and people are living their lives, and they're just compromising with each other. How stupid this can be in life. Okay, it's okay to adjust, but is it okay to compromise on your values? Right? So why? Because somewhere we are made to believe about positive thinking, being positive. There was an era 15 years back when there was no internet, or 30 years back, there was no internet, like not really that great internet. And then there was a speaker who came up about the positivity life, the positive life. Winners don't do different things, they do things differently. And now we are made to believe that it's only about positivity in life. And this is the cognitive distortion. Something is happening outside and you are somewhere hiding under the carpet and saying, oh, this is not happening. Now, there is a danger. I mean, right now, I'm just giving you some subtle things, but there is a danger also. People, when you see people around who are getting into depression or a mental health problem, it is not about their being negative. And let me warn you very clearly, it is not about their being negative. No, they are not negative at all. Because there is so much of resistance for what they are feeling. And the problem is we don't accept them as they are. We tell them not to shout. Shouting is bad. But what about their feelings, I mean, they are someone who want to shout at that point in time. So why can't you allow them to shout for a while? Why people remain in the shouting mode? Not because they are like that, because you dismiss them of a certain way. It is, you have said them to those people, this is bad. And similarly for your own self. Somehow you also dismiss in your own mind, this is bad to share your emotions, to talk about. We suppress our emotion and it becomes so toxic. And we are somehow living in the denial mode. We are not looking at what's happening. We're not looking at what's so real about it, right? We minimize people's sad experiences and feel good quote statements. When someone is feeling so bad, what do we do? First thing we do, we just pick up a WhatsApp message and send some positive quotations to them in the morning. Do you think that's going to help them? I'm so sorry. That's not going to help them. But if you just listen to those people, just listen, just being with those people, just being present to those people, you will see they'll automatically get out of their own shell. But what we do, we tend to guide them. Oh, nothing is going to happen, everything is going to be fine. You don't know. I mean, हर वक्त एक जैसा नहीं होता. हर सुबह, हर शाम की एक सुबह भी आती है. अरे कैसे आएगी सुबह? जब रात में कुछ करोगे ना तो ही सुबह आएगी. और क्या करना है आपको? सिर्फ उस व्यक्ति के सामने उसके साथ प्रेजेंट होना है. I mean, just be present to those people who are shouting or in anger. If you can't do anything, why don't you just go there and just bless them? But what we do, we avoid those people. Oh, these are negative people. Just like I don't want to talk to these people. They're so negative, So all the time worry, We keep on gossiping about those people. And what are you doing about gossiping with them? No. Aren't you negative about them? That's the paradox that we are living. That's the hypocrite life that we are living. Right? I'm challenging you guys. It may sound very rude to you, but this is all we who are. I mean, this is who I used to be like that. I used to avoid these people. I mean, these people are so negative. I don't want to talk to them. They are always worrying. But why? What makes them worry? Because we don't just listen to them. Go in and talk to some elderly people who are homed outside, and they have lots and lots of things to say. Why don't you go and lend a ear to them? Talk to people who constantly is getting angry about other people. Go ahead and talk to them. And when you really talk to them from your heart, you'll find so much of goodness inside them. You'll be surprised. The person whom I was blaming has so much of goodness because you are now going to listen to them. And what else? But the problem is we think that in society is bad to express a frustration. It's a shame thing to chastise others. And we tend to burden ourselves with thinking only and only positive thoughts. And we don't want to be miserable. But my dear friends, if you are feeling bad, if you are feeling miserable, if you are feeling uncomfortable, allow yourself to be. If you really want to come out at the faster rate, my only deliberation today is, my only submission is, accept who you really are and accept people as they are. There are actually no negative and no positive. I believe in realistic thinking. I believe what exactly is this. I'm not saying you believe what I'm believing, but why don't you just go ahead and start experiencing and check out something more? It's called realistic thinking. It's not about half filled and half empty. A glass is always filled, half with air and half with water. It's always there. कौन कहता है कि आधा glass भरा होना चाहिए, आधा glass खाली होना चाहिए? The glass is always full, half with water and half with air. Now, are you ready to evaluate situations based on the available evidence? And are you ready to acknowledge and accept our own strength instead of weaknesses? We tend to work so much on our weaknesses, that we forget that we have strengths also. Don't you think when we are real, there is an opportunity for us to go beyond positivity and negativity, which is like really going beyond duality. This is understanding whom I really are, right? So are you ready to use your logical reasoning and critical thinking to make decisions, or you are just going by your own feelings? Oh, this looks negative. I don't want to talk about it. That person's face is like feeling so miserable. I don't want to be with that person, you know. I mean, I don't like the person's attitude. Person is always bad. You know, I know one person and practicing for more than 25 years about in the area of self-development, you know, self-development, and he also conducts training for some time. And, you know, when I was ready to, talk about and was wanting to talk about the community's growth and development, which is a part of it, and wanted to talk about the vision and mission, whatever it is, there was a confrontation and he was in the denial mode, and he was so positive that he was denying the fact that they're missing out huge opportunities. And when I was confronting it, you know what the person told me? Vinay, why don't you go and check out your mental health? But there's such a resistance. People are not ready to accept the reality. A community which is not growing, and I was there for the community to make them grow, or giving ideas and confronting their status quo. The person who said that I'm one of the founders of this whole community rejected the idea, and not only rejected the idea, but always said, why don't you go out and check out your mental health? Just because I was confronting. And it doesn't know about mental health at all. So I'm so sorry that, you know, we have those trainers who are teaching us. I mean, I don't want to comment on those trainers, but there are some trainers who just become trainers because they have see that training is such a wonderful field. It is not. Every trainer, myself, have gone through a journey. You know, we have gone through such journey, we don't know, we cannot even share, I mean, right now. But when I share my story, I will be surprised at what journey we have gone through. But people believe training is just getting information, accumulating information, and sharing it. No, it is not. It is about your own experiences, right? So are we really getting into the realistic mode, and are we ready to give up the arena or the magical arena of being positivity? I'm not saying positivity is bad. It is good. It is actually wonderful, but only after accepting what is real. Embracing uncertainty and adapting to change. It is about seeking and valuing the feedback and accept it as a constructive criticism. Someone is criticizing you, accept it. Okay, fine. I'm ready to work on that. Try it out. Try, recognize, and prepare for your potential obstacles rather than sitting on the floor and being in the comfort zone. Try out. And I believe you me, if you try, realistic beliefs can mean a better well-being. Instead of becoming a positive, I'm talking about half empty, I invite you to come in the middle of being negative and positive and see what's real and make your decisions accordingly and choose yourself, choose your life. I'm going to give you some suggestions, although right now what I've really shared about positivity and negativity and realistic thinking, but I want to share what you're going to do now. What is the action point? But before I go ahead, I want to stop this share and really want to invite people to really debate with me or talk to me. I'm not, the moment I say debate with me, a negative connotation comes up. So I want to invite you to really face that as well and just share what's opening up for you. If something is not opening up for you, that's perfectly fine. What exactly is that what you're getting right now? I don't want people who already shared. So some new people, maybe Jai can share, Samina, Neelam, Uma, Mansi, Shabana. I invite you to share what really it really means about being positive or negative, and what exactly is opening up after this these slides. Who's going to share? If nobody's sharing, I assume there are two things. Either they've got the whole concept, or second is they have not got the concept at all. When nobody's raising hands, I I'm believing this is true. Okay, Jay, please go. Thank you for saving my face. Yes.
No, normally what happens is, even in my case,
Yeah.
we withhold a lot of sharing, maybe my point of view, but we have a lot of things to share, but withhold रहता है, मतलब दूसरे कुछ बोलें सुने फिर हम बोलें.
Yes.
My area is like this area. I want to just slowly develop it. I also withhold a lot. So here what I see is that like I was connecting with my son, whatever you were delivering. So many a times he becomes vulnerable when I don't accept his negativity. Like I presume,
Yes.
like he's going to talk like that, he's going to, it's all bullshit and he's going to be like this only. So now I evaluated, that even yesterday it happened. And I was in, like he came to my office, then he was like repeating the same thing. Then I got jerked. The moment I got jerked, then my reaction started. I said, you were always filled with negativity.
Yes.
And it is not acceptable. And it is like disturbing my work, that, this, blah, blah.
Yes.
Then he sat quiet. Then afterwards, then I just got back and then I said what I'm doing to him. He is in a state of mind and he's dealing with something.
Yeah.
Then I am really, things are good with me. So I am really not getting his real word. Right now he is quite disturbed and more I resist his negativity, more and more he's going to get, he got vulnerable. And practically when you were delivering, I could see that. So I am taking on to just accept his negativity and let him be with it for some time and give him a listening. Whatever he talks, not judge whatever he is spelling out.
Yes.
So on this I'm going to practice and I really thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And it's not easy to share about this, you know. It really takes a lot of courage to come and share like that. But I really want to appreciate you for who you are. And my invitation is, even if you become uncomfortable at that point in time, be uncomfortable, and just be present. Just connect with the deep core of your son and see what can open up. The huge possibilities are there. Thank you for being sharing, you know. Thank you for sharing here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm also going to, you know, come to the slide and speak about what can you do, like what can you do later. Yes, thank you. Anybody else want to share? Anybody else? जो भी black Pandora box में है, जो वीडियो में नहीं आए हैं, can I have those lovely faces and make so? Thank you, Ma, for coming up. Thank you so much. So you want to share something, or I mean, am I?
No, unfortunately, I was in the middle of something. Otherwise, I would have definitely shared. So I will chew on whatever you have been presenting a little later. But if you're here for another 10 minutes, then I'll definitely with you.
Yes. So yeah, okay, cool. No worries. I'm going to just give you a few things. I'm going to give everyone a few things, and in the next slide, I just wanted to ensure that, you know, everybody is really on the same page before I go ahead. So guys, do you want suggestions? Do you want the action plan? Do you want what to do? If you really want an action plan,
obviously.
Okay. So other than Uma, yes, thank you, Jaya, Paki, Samina, Neerabji, say yes if you want an action plan. No, I know when you said it, but what to do now? What to do now? Okay, fine. So great. Yes, so let me go through the slide. I assume that people would want the action plan. So I am just giving you one slider about what to do now. Now that you're talking about negative thinking, positive thinking, or realistic thinking, and now you already talked about positive thinking or bad or good. I'm not saying positive thinking is bad. I'm not at all. I'm not even saying negative thinking is bad. All I'm saying, be real and accept what's coming up. Okay. Now, this is what my suggestion is. The first and foremost thing, whenever you're feeling negative about certain things, whenever you think that someone outside is negative or positive, Whenever you think that, something bad is happening around, just pay attention and question your assumptions and beliefs. What is the assumption that you are making it up? For example, when it's wrong to be negative, it's wrong to feel bad. So what is the belief underneath? What has made you reach to a place where you're believing that something is bad out there? Something is, when you start blaming people about certain situations, what is that underlying belief? Why don't you question your assumptions? If you want to grow, always challenge the status quo, always say that. The second thing is, the very first thing is always and always in the state of questioning your beliefs. Always and always be in the state of questioning your assumptions, right? What is assumption? And second is allow, embrace it. Allow your negative experiences. It's okay. It's perfectly okay to feel upset. And just pay attention to what you're feeling, right? Embrace it. If there is a negativity, there is a depressed thought at some point in time, it's okay. It's okay to get up in the morning and feel a little bad. That's okay. Instead of just rushing out of bed, oh, I should not feel bad. Just immediately just go and rush to and listen to the YouTube. Okay, go and listen to the YouTube videos also and come here as well as cautious and positive. But first, accept as it is. As it is. And give you a chance to be sad and angry. And so what? कभी-कभी गुस्सा आ गया तो कोई बात नहीं ना, इतना problem क्या है? गुस्सा आ गया तो आ गया ना. That's when if you get angry, what's wrong with this? Nothing bad. Nothing wrong to feel bad. Even if you got angry, don't feel so guilty about why I got angry. No, it's okay. It's human to be angry, Jay. It's human to resist people as they are not. So what? There's nothing to feel bad about it. I'm not here to talk about something bad that you have done. No, it's okay. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to be a certain way. Neelamji, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. And give negative thoughts their place. जब हम ऐसा करते हैं ना, जब हम accept करते हैं तो negative को negative की तरफ भेज देते हैं और positive को positive पे भेज देते हैं और आप choice लेते हो. If you can see the picture here, the person is just watching the sea as it is coming. जैसा पानी आ रहा है, जा रहा है, negative. कभी गंदगी भी आ रही है, this water, the flow of water, the river, if you find some bad, good or whatever. But the person is just a witness. I'm not saying to become that stage of time, but can we practice at the smaller points? So whenever something comes up, it's okay and allow yourself. Okay? And keep on seeking feedbacks. And now the problem is people seek feedbacks, but they don't want to seek negative feedbacks. In my training industry, a lot of people will say, please give me feedbacks. Please give me feedbacks. And when they get a negative feedback, oh, this person has so bad. No, person was not participating. The person was so judgmental about me. He doesn't understand. He's uncoachable. And negative feedback, they are little na yaar, kya ho gaya? Negative feedback to accept. And give your permission to not to be in control. Why we want to be in control at all times? Why? Why we want to control it? Why can we control the environment out there? Can we control the weather out there? We cannot control. A lot of times we cannot control. I know ultimately we want our life to be in control, but there are times when something goes off your hand, that's okay, but okay, fine. If your son is not talking the way you want them to talk, that's okay. If the person out there is not trusting you, even though you are trustworthy, it's okay. The person is making all those negative remarks about you. The person is always, is misunderstanding you. Don't try to defend yourself. It's okay. That's fine. I cannot control that. Of course, when your opportunity comes, the person asks you to speak up and explain your point. Do explain it. But Don't just get in and fret over the fact the person has misunderstood me. That's okay. And sorry. And work. I'm telling. I'm really sharing this with you. You know, it is not easy to letting go of these ideas. It's not easy. But if you really want to get out of that whole trap of becoming positive or negative in life, you know, these ideas are very beneficial. And I encourage you to create a ritual in the morning. Instead of doing something, I mean, there are a few rituals that have already started thanks to the journaling part, that consciously positive and spiritual festival. There is, because that is also reflection time for yourself and sharing your emotions. That's also one of the rituals that you can follow. If you're not doing it, you can do it. Otherwise, find out any other way to practice self-reflection. Check out what's there. Check out the core vulnerable being of who you really are. And check out, just start writing it down. And mentally forgive people, mentally seek forgiveness from people. It's not, I'm not saying just go out and just talk about seek forgiveness. Unless we are both forgiveness, right? So there are a few suggestions. Now, I don't want you to pick all these things, right? आप में से सभी को मैं invite करता हूँ, इसमें से एक, दो या मैक्सिमम 3 चीजें प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं क्या? एक भी प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे बहुत बड़ा काम हो जाएगा. Even if you practice one in all these suggestions, what is written on the wall. So what are you taking up? I mean, before I end this session, I want you to share on the chat box, what is that you're taking from all these things? What is that you want to practice daily? One thing, even if you take up one thing, I'm fine with that. So put in the chat box, what are you taking? Are you ready to take up the daily practice of reflection and introspection? Are you taking up, are you giving some time to reflect or giving yourself permission to be, not to be in control? What is that you're taking up? Aswin, what is that? What is the one thing that you're taking up? If you want to get into action plan, what is one thing?
For me, I would like to take, for me as a trainer, I would like to take up gratitude. Feel that take up gratitude from this.
Gratitude. Yes, Uma, working on these ideas is hard. That's why I asked you to just take one thing. And the moment it is hard, it is going to help you. More it is hard, more it's going to help you, you know. So practice small, play small. Start with the smaller things. Play with the smaller things. You know, when you play cricket and you don't know how to play cricket, play with a tennis ball. I know it's working with ideas is very hard, but it is even harder. It is even harder to remain in that zone of pain. It's very harder.
Yeah, well, I think you become a victim of your own thoughts then.
That's why, you know, what are you taking up? So what are you really taking up?
Well, I think gratitude works the best.
Great.
Easy, and you know, you can see things around you which you take for granted.
Yeah, and make it a daily practice. Even if you're taking one gratitude, make it a daily practice, no matter what.
I think once you write it down, unless you write it down.
Yeah. Write it
just
down.
saying doesn't.
Make a gratitude journal. And a lot of people were already doing journaling from Sandeep's prompts. So that's also yes, I'm journaling, acceptable to others too. Yeah. That's you can practice, and you can go to the next level, Neelam, also. If you are already doing journaling, have been doing something, you can take up any other thing and go to the next level. Journaling is very good.
Sandeep ji has been teaching gratitude last 2 years, and he said, make a jar, put your little notes in there, and then share at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Every day, make a jar, put some notes. What
Yeah, do
happened
it.
that day?
Do it. Do it. And do it with understanding. You know, when you do with understanding that this is going to help me in this, and when you have that why very clear, why we have it clear, because I really want to get out of those zone of positivity and negativity, not because I want to become positive, that is my gratitude, because that also will lead you to believe that negativity is bad. That's why I'm doing this practice. So today's understanding, keeping that understanding in mind, if you really want to get over it, that's a practice I want you to follow. Great. So I assume people will take up. Even if you don't take up, that's okay. I accept as you are. Even if you don't come on video, that's perfectly fine. Even if you feel bad about certain things, I extend my forgiveness here. I seek forgiveness अगर मैंने कुछ आपको गलत बोला हो, कुछ challenge किया हो, और कुछ ऐसी बात बोली जो आपको बुरी लगी हो, तो I really seek forgiveness. But this is something I really want. I'm practicing. I'm getting results, and out of these areas that I've shared, I'm really practicing a lot of things, and it has become a daily habit. I don't accept things as they are. I always challenge the status quo. I'm okay to be the bad person in front of people, but I feel that after some time, everybody accepts that whatever I'm sharing is making a lot of sense to them, and I go ahead and just talk about. I'm not just boasting myself, but I believe my own happiness is the first thing in life, and not at the cost of others, but at the cost of challenging one's belief. I always pay that cost when I challenge beliefs. So guys, with this note, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to listen to this session. And you can stop recording.